What up, Sluts? This is Taylor, and don't fret about any audio issues. I'm in the process of picking out a new one right now. I am technologically inept, however, and I'm not sure what a good one is to get, so if you know your shit, just don't tell me to buy something like a Blue Yeti or a Snowball. I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money. And at that point, that just seems like the Gucci or the Prada of, brands. It's kind of like people who buy Beats by Dre headsets. Like, it just kind of looks really cool, but it's not as, great as it looks. I don't know, though, but I'm going to assume that's the truth because I don't want to spend as much money, so sue me. Anywho, going to talk about some stories from grade school. Thought of just was reminiscing about a little bit of kindergarten adventures and whatnot, and I thought of something. I thought I'll just go through and just talk about whatever I think of from each grade, just off the cuff, and figured I may as well do it now because there's a football game today at my school, at Mizzou. We're playing I don't even know who we're playing. It's not like a real game that matters, but should be fun, so let's bang this out before then and get it up on the internet because that's what I do. I put things on the internet, Anywho, so, first day of kindergarten, I walk in, I have a badass fish lunchbox where you unzip the mouth and the food is in the mouth of the fish. Very impressive. The ladies loved it. Immediately got some recognition from that and a bit of street cred to start me off school. Went into it thinking that it would just kind of be like a play date, because I had not a play date. Jesus, play date? Who am I? Who am I? Why would I say that? I went into it thinking it was just going to be kind of like hanging out at a friend's house, just doing whatever. Really, the whole entire aspect of like learning to read and like learning how to do things from like about academics really didn't hit me until I showed up in kindergarten, and so then I had to start doing all the reading and that. But I want to focus on the first day. Now, the first day, I went to a little private school, and I thought I was being hardcore and hilarious because I was making hella's penis jokes, and I was saying the word penis, and penis was like super off limits. Like saying penis was like saying cunt anywhere but England or Australia, that's what it was like, and it's just a bad word there. You don't say penis. You don't say penis or butt or ass, any of those things. Very inappropriate. And so I said that, and then a little girl who turned out she had autism later, told that story before, she tattled on me, and I had a talking to about, 45 minutes before the end of the first day of school ever about not saying words from my private places in front of girls. That was good. I continued to do so, though, at recess, and would berate the girls saying they couldn't make me stop. That's like borderline like kindergarten harassment. Didn't think about it till now, but just like saying things that I could tell made them uncomfortable just because it made my little boy mind just laugh. Man, that's... God. I knew there would be some stones to uncover as I went on this journey before I started the video, but none that large. Moving on to first grade, we did this thing called like the Festival of Learning, and this will be a big part of these stories because this Festival of Learning bullshit was essentially you had to go and study one topic really hard and make a big presentation, and then there was a huge evening where every single parent who had a kid at the school and like all their extended family would like come and look at all these projects on poster boards, and it was like a school that goes kindergarten to 6th grade, and so none of these were interesting and none of them were good, but we had to do it regardless. And so actually this was 2nd grade. Now, 2nd grade, our project was we had to write a short story, and so my short story, believe it or not, we had like 4 months to get this shit done. Like 4 months. Like, it's like looking at an 8-year-old kid, and the 8-year-old version of me, and saying, now, Taylor, in 4 months, you have to have a short story written that's 10 pages written, like, length. And, like, if it's a written length page, and my handwriting was so shitty at that age, it was, like, one typed-out page of, like, text, but just with a bunch of pictures and whatnot. And, of course, as is procedure when you're that age, I didn't even start it until, like, the night before, like, when I realized it was due, and I was just doing it. And I made it about, and I still remember this, I still remember it very distinctly, it was about an octopus that got loose in New York City, and it found its way into a convenience store where it ate a bag of chips, and the chips caused a chemical reaction that made it huge, and then it attacked the city. And looking back on it, that's fundamentally and, functionally retarded on so many levels, but I know exactly why I did it, like looking back into my little kid mind. Now, at the time, we had a dog, and I had tried to give my dog chocolate before because I'm a kid, and I'm like, chocolate's hell is good, and I like my dog, and I want my dog to experience how good this is with me. So I'm trying to give my dog chocolate, and my mom and my dad would tell me, no, Taylor, you can't give the dog chocolate, because that's poison to the dog, and it'll kill it. And for some reason in my mind, that meant human food does wizardly magical things to animals. That's why you can't feed animals human food. They'll just start growing like crazy, or they'll just turn into a monster, start breathing fire. And it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the hell went through my head. There was no, continuum of logic where it was like, oh, chocolate makes dogs sick, therefore potato chip oil makes lobster's huge or whatever the hell. And so didn't get a good grade on that. She said that it didn't, make sense. I'm just kidding. She didn't care. It was one of those projects where I was like, oh, good, Taylor, you did it, And you're probably wondering now, like, you always, like, I'm a pretty good student as I got older, but back then I was shit, just a shit student. On to fourth grade, this festival of learning. What did I do fourth grade? Oh, fourth grade, we had to pick someone from Missouri, the state that I am from, and study them. And I chose Walt Disney. And the reason I chose Walt Disney is because we had to have a big setup and a big presentation. And I figured that I could get past my whole presentation area and just bring in a TV and put on VHS tapes. And literally, that is what I did. I brought in a boob tube piece of shit portable TV, because this was like, I don't know, how old are you in fourth grade? 10? This was like 11 years ago, a shitty-ass TV, and I bring it in, and I just set it on my desk and just point it outward, and I just had, like, Lady and the Tramp and Little Mermaid and Toy Story, and I was just jamming those in there over and over and just playing them throughout the night, and I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to answer anything about Walt Disney. People would walk by, see the movie, see me looking at the movie and watching it, completely neglecting to answer any of the questions I was supposed to do, and they would just walk away, and so I got a decent grade on that one, too. That was fantastic. Really set me up for college, knowing how to, put VHSs in on a presentation. Oh, this one was pretty gross, and you probably should not, if you ever go to an event like this festival of learning, you should not definitely eat any food that is provided to you by the children. They're going to say that it's from, like, whatever country they're studying or that BS, but it's really just dirty, nasty food that's been handled by children. And I know that because I did a study, or not a study, that sounds really like I was putting effort into it. In fifth grade for that project, I did a study on England, because we had to pick a country and go with that, and it had to be some country that, like, you had ancestors from, and so because I'm white, I was just like, fuck it, England. Going with England, England for $100, please. Yes, I'll take England. So I went with that, and the thing about England is they enjoy teas. And so what I did is I thought that part of my, like, tactile aspect of my presentation, when, like, all these parents were walking by, is I could, like, have little Dixie cups and pour them hot tea, and they could drink it, But what I did is I got way too eager to make the tea, so I brewed it, it was like a full, 26 hours, like a full day before. Like, more than a day before this event, I brewed the tea and got really excited about it. And then the event came, and there was this old stale tea sitting on a pot. And so I was like, shit. And so I got to school, went to the school kitchen, microwaved, like, the container, or poured it into a few glasses and microwaved it, then poured it all back in. So I was serving these people just rancid old nasty tea, and I knew it was bad, but I was little, I didn't give a shit. So I would watch these parents, like, trying to patronize me, and I'd be like, I'm studying England because I'm white, and they'd be like, oh, that's so wonderful, you're learning and just enveloping the world around you and experiencing new things. Let me try that tea, just trying to help kids develop a passion for learning. And then the guy, like, will sip the tea and be like, oh, fantastic tea. I don't know why he talks like that. He didn't actually, or I'm not even thinking of a specific person. So there, the whole lie comes out there. But no, I did do that, and to make it even worse, I didn't bring extra tea bags, and I didn't know how to get water to boil. Like, I didn't want to go back. I wasn't out to put water on the stove in the kitchen, like, by myself at this school. I was a child. Like, to me, like, boiling water, that's like some incredible chemistry experiment at that point. Like, I hadn't, come to that point in comfortability, and so didn't do that. I ended up just getting the water out of the faucet in the boys' bathroom as hot as it could and just ran it over those day-old tea bags and then gave them tepid, nasty, even worse bathroom water tea. And I made those bastards sip it, and they sipped it, and they drank it, and they hated it, but they told me they liked it, and that's the benefit of being a kid. And as a man, you lose that benefit when you become a man. When you're a little boy, people will patronize you and tell you that bad things you do are good, even if they're not. But once you become an adult man, nobody does that anymore, but you still can keep that benefit if you're, like, an attractive girl. Like, you can tell a dumb story and people will still be like, oh, hell yeah, that was really good, I enjoyed that. Whereas if I told that story, they'd be like, Taylor, go hang yourself, that was really unentertaining, I don't like you anymore. But anywho, what else did I do at that school? Oh, real quick, let me know if I've told you guys a story about my one of my earliest birthday parties where I had actual monkeys there. If I've told that story, I wouldn't be surprised because it was a sick-ass birthday party with real chimpanzees that came to my house and played with me. But if I haven't told it, then let me know. Anyway, that's the end. Love you.